take advantage of this restroom before we start this hike, and this will be my last taste of civilization for the next 2 days. So here's the campsite that I stayed at with my brother-in-law. Looks like somebody's gotten rid of all the stones that were set up out there for the campfire ring. Alright, we've made it to the first trail marker. Trail 209 and 200. So I just checked my map and I'm taking 209, which is on the other side of this river. So we're gonna look for a river crossing. Here's the river crossing. It's not too deep. We have had a lot of rain lately. That's why I was a little bit worried about these river crossings with it raining so much, but this doesn't look too bad. So I'll see you on the other side. Alright, here we are on the other side. So it wasn't too bad of a crossing. The worst part is trying to climb up this wall over here with a backpack on. Well, I didn't get too wet. Water got about to right here on me, walking on my tiptoes. It's not too bad. Kind of sucks having white shoes, but these should dry out pretty fast. I've got synthetic socks on. These are synthetic shoes. You can already see the water kind of squishing out of there, so it shouldn't be too bad. All right, let's get back to the trail. About 10 minutes after 9. My side's good. Good time to stop for a little water break real quick. Check out this waterfall behind me. Last time it hadn't rained in a while. Last visit was this waterfall, and it's just a little teeny thing, but a lot bigger than it was last time. Alright, taking about a 10-minute break. Got some jerky in me. Got about a liter of water in me now. And I'm down a couple layers, so feeling a lot better. So we're going about 1.2 miles so far. My goal for today is at least 10 miles. So we're gonna try to hit that before this bad weather starts about 2 o'clock. So right now we're making pretty good headway. So we're gonna try to keep up this pace. Alright, current time is 10:21. We've gone 3.9 miles. Active hiking time is about an hour and a half so far. So pretty much on track where I wanted to be at this point. So we've only got about 6 more miles to go until we get to the campsite. So we should arrive with plenty of time. So I'll probably have enough time to stop for about a 30-minute lunch or so. So far I'm holding up pretty good. I mean, I work on my feet all day anyway, so far this hasn't been too tiresome or anything for me. But I do have a river crossing coming up, so I'm gonna take a break for just a couple seconds, get a little bit of energy in me, a little grain bar and some water, and then I'll be back in a second once we get to the river crossing. Here's the area that I decided to stop at. A little break. Right, I found the trail marker for the intersection, so we're not taking this trail. The trail we want to take is over there. The problem is I have to figure out how to get down there and across. So I'll be back in a minute. So here we are in the middle of the freezing cold January water. So the way I got down here, I use these roots over here, sorry, those roots over there is a ladder. Climbed all the way down, climbed across those rocks, went all the way to the edge. Now the water does start off close to knee deep right now. You know, it's gonna be varying depending on the time of the year, how much it's rained. I mean, it's cool, but I mean, I don't feel like I'm gonna die out here in the water. But yep, that was the best way I could find to cross it, unless I walked all the way back there and tried to slide across that log, but that didn't seem very promising. So this seems like our best bet right here. So now we're back on the trail. All right, I just checked all trails, and apparently we went the wrong way at that river crossing. So my bad. Lost about 2 minutes of hiking the wrong direction. Not too bad. Let me show you which direction you're supposed to go. So once you climb up here, we went left. So the correct direction we want to go, or sorry, we went right. The correct direction would be left alongside the river. And about 20 feet away, we found a trail marker for 202. So at that last trail marker, you do want to be careful which direction you go. Make sure you're using your GPS. There are a few different trails heading off in different directions. So, minor tumble there. You do want to make sure that you're taking the right trail. So it took me a couple of attempts. Pulled up my GPS, make sure I'm heading in the right direction. So now we're back on the right trail. Found the old Model T. I also came across the old cemetery. Here's a marker for the Johnson Cemetery. So this is a lot easier to walk than what I've been walking. So another thing I figured out, there is cell reception right here. Only thing is, when you try to send the message, make sure it's sent as a text message and not as a, I guess whatever Apple tries to send their messages as, because it just won't go through otherwise. But 6 miles, a little over 6 miles in, I was able to send a text message to my wife. So good spot for checking in with loved ones right there at the cemetery. We're coming up on the next trail marker. So we're just on 202, passing by that cemetery. So right here at this junction, we're gonna head over to 201. So there's another trailhead that direction. Ran into another hiker on trail. He's walking with his dog. He went to go look at some, I think he said they were the White Falls or White Rapids. I think he said White Falls, down that direction. He was just going on a day hike. So here we go on the next part of our trail. We're about 7 miles in right now. Holding up pretty good. Feet starting to hurt a little bit. Definitely need to look at doing something different with my shoulder straps on my bag. Maybe get some of those seatbelt covers like they make for cars, or just a different backpack entirely. Not the most comfortable thing in the world. I mean, again, I don't feel like I'm dying, but not having a good time either with this backpack. But it's doing the job. It hasn't fallen apart, and I still got all my stuff, so that's the main thing. Stopping for a quick break right on the trail. Let's give my back and my shoulders a little bit of a rest. So you see a little bit of redness. Not too bad. So I'm gonna give it a little bit of a break. I just checked out my map, and looks like the next water source is about 2.5 miles down the trail, close to our campsite at the Needle's Eye, out of Needle, where it's called. I think it's called Needle's Eye. So it looks like there's another little river crossing on the trail, so I'll make sure to stop there and get some more water. Not feeling dehydrated or anything, just want to make sure I don't get to that point. So I've got some tuna packets. I'm gonna try to eat one of those real quick, take a little lunch break. Those have a lot of water packed in them, so that'll help get me down the trail. Here's today's lunch. That's the tuna I was talking about in the water, get me a little bit hydrated, and some Tex-Mex trail mix. It's 11:53 now, and Genius Me just realized I ate that Tex-Mex trail mix without any water, and it was kind of spicy. So now I'm really looking forward to that first drink of water. So I'm gonna go ahead and start hiking and get to that water source. So on this trip, I've got my Solomon's on. First trip wearing these. So I got them used from REI, and so far I'm really happy with them. They were in excellent condition when I got them. I have wide feet, so I was a little bit worried about my feet not fitting in them very well, but so far so good. My toes feel great. I don't feel like they're crushed in there or anything. Now I am wearing some darn tough socks, and they do pull my feet together. They are a little bit tight on my feet, so that might be helping to make them fit in there a little bit better. Wind's really picking up, so I've got about 2 hours before the storm starts blowing in. So I'm gonna try to hurry, get some water, and then make it to camp. Plenty of time set up before the rain starts pouring in. One thing I did notice about my shoes though, as soon as they got wet, they weren't nearly as comfortable on the bottoms of my feet. So it feels like once the cushioning got wet, it stopped doing its job. So I'm gonna look at maybe getting a different type of insole, maybe some gels or something, so that when it gets wet, it still provides all the cushion that I need. 8 miles in, and we're going downhill. So it's about time. A junction on the trail. So we got 3 signs. So 209 that way. A little bit closer to this one. 206 that way. And where we came from was 201. So now I'll check the map and see which direction we're gonna go from here. It looks like we're supposed to get on 209 right here. 206 actually doesn't even show up on my All Trails map, so might be neat to mark that one out one day. This section of the hills is going, or this section of the trail is going downhill very quickly. So should make hiking a lot easier for the next little bit. And I think I can see a little stream down there. So hopefully it's got some water in it. Alright, this right here is what we were looking for. I'm gonna go ahead and filter out some water using my Sawyer squeeze. Make sure I get filled up, get my water bottle filled up, and then we'll get back onto the trail. This is the most beautiful thing I've seen all day. Besides my walking dog, of course. Water. Alright, enough of that. Let's get back on the trail. Section of the trail is pretty neat. Little staircase waterfall along the trail. Let's see if I can get down it without breaking my neck. So some of the reviews for these trail runners said they were not great for slick rocks. I found out that is very true. So just have to be a little bit extra careful. That flow of that waterfall, we found another trail marker. About here. Here we are at the 9.4 mile mark. This was the water source I saw on the map earlier. We just happened to come across that spring a little bit early. Getting really close to my 10-mile go for today. So I'm not sure if you saw it, but there's my path up there. So I'm gonna see if I can't make it across this old tree. If not, that water looks pretty deep. I'll have to find a different way to cross. Maybe those rocks right there are not very deep. Here we are a little bit closer. So still trying to decide if I want to try out this tree or not. Got a little bit of a shake to it. So safer option could be these rocks. That's not the dry option, so I'm gonna try out this tree. I'm gonna go just a little ways on it, and then if I feel like it's not safe, I'll just go across these rocks. Here we are on the other side of the log. So final verdict, log route 1 out of 10 would not recommend. So I sat on it, sagged down to the water, still got my feet wet, and then I had to shimmy across with this heavy backpack on my back, worrying about falling into the water the whole time. So definitely just take the easy way, just go across the rocks. All right, we've climbed this hill to the other side. We're gonna take a left and continue following the trail. Finally made it. So I finally hit the 10-mile mark. We're at an area called the Needle's Eye. So I've been passing by a lot of different little campgrounds. It's right next to the river, so plenty of water. Guess I can run the water. So on my map, I marked my first day go a little bit ahead of this area. Probably about another mile or two down the trail. But I'm gonna just start looking for a really good place to start setting up, because this thunderstorm is supposed to start hitting around 2, and right now it is 1:16, so that'll give me about 45 minutes. Give me about 45 minutes to try to find a good place to set up. And I'll check back in with you. Little trail marker for 2:06. Alright, I've stopped for another little break. Time is 1:34 and I'm at 10.9 miles. So apparently a little bit of a discrepancy between the miles I walked and then my first map marker. My first map marker was supposed to be right at 10 miles, but I either started my watch a little bit early, or maybe that walking around off trail before I found the right trail, that might have added up a little bit, put me a little bit off. So still got a little ways to go to hit that first day go marker. Getting really close though, but just have to sit down and take a break. 11 miles is a lot for my first day, but I'm pretty proud of it so far. So I'll probably hit around 12 and a half miles by the time I actually make it to my marker. But right now, just taking a break at this little campsite that I found. There's a few rocks set up around a little campfire ring. It's not exactly what I'm looking for in a campsite. I want to find maybe a place close to some type of rock overhang, just in case my tent doesn't make it in the storm or something. I have a backup plan. I'm not really worried about the weather, but I always want to have a plan B just in case. But I'm gonna take a few minutes, sit here, probably break out some more beef jerky, and then start walking again. Sky still looks pretty clear right now, so I'm hoping to get another hour, maybe hour and a half before the weather actually starts. After walking 12.2 miles, I finally found me a campsite. So we got this rock is kind of overhanging just a little bit, providing just enough shelter from the rain. And then there's even a little fire ring right here that somebody left. Not sure you can see it now. And voila, home sweet home for the night. Rest up for a little bit, and then before it gets dark and before it storms, just sky looks pretty beautiful right now. Maybe the storms will hold off or just miss me completely, but I'll run down the hill to get water one more time for the night. Fill up my water bottle and my water bladder, and then get ready for the night. Alright, I got my water filled up. I got about 3 liters in my backpack between my water bladder and my water bottle. And it seems like it's just in time. It's gotten a lot darker out here. So I'm gonna head back. Probably gonna skip on making a fire tonight. I just don't have the energy to look for wood and start a fire and keep it up all night. So I'll just cook on my little stove once I get back. Made it back to camp with my water. I am absolutely exhausted, so I'm gonna sit down for a while, maybe start on dinner, get that cooked up. Not gonna go fancy tonight, probably just gonna heat up some water and add it to some instant potatoes. But that sounds pretty good right now. This was dinner tonight, not too bad. 120 calories a serving, and I ate all 4 of them, so about 480 calories worth. So I'm sure I burned at least that much today. Got me a little cup of coffee for tonight. Just a little something for a little bit more comfort. It started to rain again. I don't know if you can hear it, but oh, little leftovers right there. But anyways, I'm about to hit the bed here in a little bit. I know it's early, but not really much else to do, especially with the rain starting now. So go ahead and get everything thrown inside my tent and call it a day. So you might not see me again until tomorrow unless something crazy happens. Good morning. It's about 5 minutes till 7. Trying to get my clothes dried out right now. Got my little cook stove going. Trying to get my socks dry and my shoes as much as I can. I did change into some dry socks for the night. That really helped. I'm just trying to get everything else dry right now. So storm started about 9:30 last night. I don't know what time they stopped. It's about when I fell asleep. Heard a lone coyote for a while, and then later in the night heard a whole pack of them going wild, you know. But besides that, pretty uneventful night. I actually slept pretty good. Woke up several times during the night just having to flip over and get comfortable and stuff. But probably gonna spend about 30 minutes trying to get these dried out before I get everything packed up. I'm gonna try to start the trail again about 8 o'clock. Trying to decide if I want to just try to make it all the way to the end or not, or if I want to spend another night. Time is 8:11, and I've finally finished packing up camp. The only thing I got left behind me is my trekking poles. Changed into some warmer gear. It's a little bit cooler this morning than it was yesterday. I expect it to warm up as soon as the sun starts to cut through. But here's what I'm looking at right now as far as the weather. I'm hoping it warms up pretty quickly so I can start taking some of these layers off. But I'm excited to hit the trail. I think I'm gonna try to finish the whole thing today. So we'll see how it goes. I might change my mind about halfway. But I'm gonna try to go the remaining 14 or so miles. Here's our first trail marker for today for 206 right next to this little camp area. Right after that trail marker, saw a couple other hikers on the trail. You never know how other people feel about you filming them, so I made sure I didn't get them on camera or anything, but they're asking me about how the weather was last night, and there's a little small river crossing. Luckily there's rocks you can step on so you wouldn't get wet, and they stepped aside and let me go down the trail real quick and get past them. A couple really nice guys, so it's nice to finally see somebody else on this trail. So that makes 3 people and 1 dog so far. But after that trail marker, the trail forked left and right. So you take a left and you take that river crossing to stay on the trail that I'm on right now. So I'm gonna see how many miles I can get behind me by about 10 o'clock, then take my first break. And we've made it to the Thompson Trailhead. So this is where I was originally gonna meet up with my brother. He's gonna camp out with me for the first night, but I was afraid it's gonna be stormy, so I told him just not come. But it's actually not too far from my camp. I think we would have had a good time, but just didn't know how the weather was gonna treat us. So now we're gonna take the old horse trail. So it should be a lot better maintained considering horses use it, but we'll see. This is trail 208. I'm about 14.2 miles into my hike now. Still on this old horse trail. So here at the higher elevation, I found out I was able to get another cell phone signal. So if you're hiking this way and trying to get a signal, just wait till you get to a little bit higher elevation, and you'll be able to get a text to go through. But still got a ways to go. I've made it about 2 miles so far, so 12 more miles to go. Just when you think you're finished going uphill, you walk around the corner and see this. Whew. Probably gonna take a break after I get up there. All right, you know what time it is? It's trail marker time. So that was 208 that we were on, and now we've came across the intersection of 206. Here's the 206 trail marker. Oh, sorry, 208. 208 trail marker right there. So it's about 9:30 right now. Good time to take a little break, and making pretty good time so far. So I feel like I'll be able to make it all the way back to my car by this evening. All right, it's 10 o'clock. Time to get back on trail. Here's trail marker 208 again, and here we go. Alright, here's another trail marker. This is where 208 meets 224. So 224 heads that direction. This is going to be the first of many today. There's a lot of trail intersections coming up on this section of the trail. Sometimes you just wonder, how did this get here? Someone was nice enough to leave us a bridge. So this is gonna be the easiest river crossing of this whole trip. As long as it doesn't collapse, you know. Ooh, it is very slick. It is now 11 a.m. We're 18.5 miles down the trail now. So still moving pretty good. Starting to get a little tired. So I'm gonna force myself to take about a 30-minute break, get some food in me, probably finish off my water, and then get back on the trail. So one of the reasons why I'm deciding to try to make it back to my car early is because I have been a pig and eaten all of my snacks. So all of my beef jerky, all of my granola bars, all of my trail mix, and all but one of my tuna packets are all gone. So it doesn't mean I'm out of food. I still have enough food to make at least 3 more meals. But you know, it's just not as fun going on a hiking trip and you run out of snacks. So I'm gonna do my best to make it to my car a little bit early. Stay hydrated on the way. The only thing I have left that tastes sweet is a little flavor packets I add to my water. So hopefully that will give me that little extra kick and boost along the way. Here's another major landmark, Haygood Creek. So another bridge to cross. Hopefully this one isn't as slick as the last one was. Watch the last step. We found the first casualty of the trip. Mile marker for 207. He didn't make it. That's one on the other hand. He's still doing good. So, trail goes 2 different directions right here. I'm gonna take off my backpack, take a quick break. It's 12 o'clock now. Or figure out which direction I'm supposed to go and then hit the trail again. So I just checked my map and we take the trail off to the right. We follow this 207 marker and we go downhill. So we're at 19.9 miles, so close to that 20-mile marker. Probably gonna take another 3 or 4 minute break, put my backpack on, and then head back down the trail. Now there is another trailhead about halfway between here and my car. So it's about 3 or 4 miles from here. And I'm gonna probably end up dropping off half my gear there and hiking the rest of the way with a lighter pack just to make it easier on me. That way I can finish it a lot faster too, because this is really slowing me down. I have to stop and take all these breaks. So a little bit of redness there and there, but mostly just a little sore. I don't have a lot of pain, but just sore from carrying this 30 some odd pound backpack. Well, not even be 40, it feels like 50 pounds, but I know I haven't weighed it yet. Maybe I'll weigh it after I get back just to find out how much I was lugging around. But got a little bit of water left. Probably need to stop and filter some more water next time I get to a stream. But yeah, about 3 or 4 more minutes, I'll hit the trail again. Well, I've made another 10 miles today. We're at 22 miles total now. Almost to the marker that I put for the 10 miles for the second day. Again, I don't know why I'm this far off on miles walked versus miles planned, but you know, at least it's pretty close. Starting to really get sore on my shoulders. Really getting ready to drop some weight. Keep going back and forth whether or not I want to just go ahead and finish it with the full weight or not. But I feel like I can just blast out the last part of the trail if I'm running around with just 10 pounds on my back. So pretty sure that's what I want to do. But I'm gonna take a few more minutes to rest up and get back on the trail again. Taking another quick break here to stop right on the trail. I mean, the trail's only wide enough for a person or a horse to walk through. So if somebody comes up on me, I might have to get out of the way. But I haven't seen anybody else on the trail since early this morning. Did see a few squirrels today, this morning. Seen 3 squirrels. Heard some yesterday. Today's the first day I saw them. And then I saw a white-tailed doe this morning also. I was up at the top of a hill and heard something run down in the bottom of the valley and looked down there and there's this little doe. So that's my wildlife encounter for today. So now I'm getting my bug encounter for the day also apparently. It's warmed up enough that they're starting to swarm around a little bit. I wish they'd cool off just to kill the bugs off again. But just taking a breather and then I'll get back to it. I ran into a bit of an issue. It's supposed to be a river crossing right there in front of you, but I do not see any way to cross. And that water looks pretty deep. So I'm gonna have to take a second to figure this out. Apparently this was supposed to help or something. I don't know. Alright, the way we're gonna do this is we're gonna wade through here on the shallow part. You see a little bit of a sandbar. That's where we're gonna go and go up and across. Just getting to it is another dilemma. That wasn't too bad, but now I'm way up to my knees. Alright, we're almost at the trailhead, so I'm so glad we're getting close. I'm gonna drop at least 20 pounds while we're there. And here's another trail marker for 207, 203. Just a few minutes later, we found the next trail marker. We're at Borden Creek. And here's a nice bridge that I would have loved to have taken like 10 minutes ago. This is where I was gonna leave my gear, but I'm not sure if it's accessible by car. So I don't want to have to hike in to this part and come in here and get it later. So I guess I'm just gonna take my entire pack with me and try to finish this thing out. Alright, I got a makeshift pad underneath my shoulder straps now, just to help ease a little bit of that weight. So now I'm starting to get excited because I'm getting close to the end. And guess what I found? You won't even be able to guess. Check this out. Another trail marker. So we're on trail 200. So this should, I believe, take us most of the way back. So I want to try to speed up a little bit and then get there as soon as I can. There's another really neat waterfall. So behind this waterfall is actually a cave. I was really confused when I got over here. I thought the trail ended, but looks like this is the way to go. Really muddy in here. So if you see the camera jerk real quick, it's probably me hitting the ground. There's one way out. Check down here. Yeah, I don't know if I'll make this with my pack on. Let's try to go outside. Yeah, pack's got to go on. And we made it through. The time is now 3 o'clock, and I'm taking what is probably going to be my last break. This looks like a little camp area. I'm gonna stop, rest for a few minutes, and then finished the last part of the trail. So I'm almost to the part that overlaps with where I began. So we're getting close. I'm trying to decide what I want to eat on my way home. Kind of celebrate the syntax of the hamburgers. So I gotta figure out what my thing is. Finally, we're back where it all started. Whew. I'm exhausted. Alright, so we got the official time here. It was, 12 hours, 5 minutes, 27.8 miles. So, I'm back in the car now. First thing I noticed, I left snacks here. Some Pop-Tarts. But I'm gonna go ahead and call it. Go ahead and head home. Had a pretty good time. I think it would be a lot more fun with some more people tagging along. I definitely like to take my time next time. Go sightseeing a little bit more, see more of the waterfalls, all different caves and rock formations and stuff. But not too bad of a hike. The hardest part was really the river crossings and then the slick rocks, because those shoes, I don't do well on those slick rocks, not at all. Had a couple tumbles, most of them were my fault. There were other ways around, but I tried to take the shortcut. But no injuries, leaving safe and sound. My car's still in good shape. Left it sitting here for about a day and a half. So we're really pleased with it. Looking forward to making a return trip. You know what? I've just realized something. You know what today is? It's Taco Tuesday.